So this is system 3 now. Malachy Friedman changed 4 or 5 techniques together. Let me just go this side, bro. So we're going to look at the scissor sweep, and then we'll chain it together with a variation of it with the loop choke and the triangle. So let's just say Glenn's inside my close guard. I'm going to break him down, find the collar, switch the collar and sleeve, and then I'm going to move into the scissor sweep position. Okay. So let's just say I'm here. The problem with this grip is, if I initiate the scissor sweep, because I'm not controlling the inside space with my forearm, the minute I go to sweep him, Glenn can just basically put his hand on the mat. So the detail is, when I make my grip on the sleeve, my forearm comes underneath, or my wrist comes underneath. I want inside position with my wrist. So I turn and I'm here. Okay. If I now, if Glenn tries to put his wrist on the mat at this stage, it's quite difficult because my forearm is between his and the mat. So once I'm in my scissor position, let's talk about this bottom leg. So it's not up high. I'm not scissoring with my foot level with this hip, and I'm not doing it at the floor. If you think about wrestling, if I go to take someone down, I want to be really at the back of the knee or the back of the thigh. So my leg is kind of coming up halfway. Okay. Now, from there, Glenn will want to be sitting back on his butt. Right. And another thing he might do is widen his knees. We'll take a look at the widening of the knees on the next move. So I need to use this collar grip to load his weight onto me. And when I feel him on my knee shield, I am scissoring this leg, but I'm also kicking him in the hip and looking over my right shoulder to put him down. Now from there, if say for instance I let go of this and try to come up, he's coming up at an elbow. It becomes a 50-50. Take a back a step. So coming up's a big thing. I keep the sleeve grip and I let go of the collar. If Glenn tries to pull his elbow back, I'm keeping that. Now I put one hand on the mat and I want to get my hip, my left hip, over Glenn's right hip. I'm in a pressive position, I just kick. That's the way my hip's over his hip. I let go of this and I stabilise my position in the mount. Let's look at that again. That's it, bro. So, from close guard, I'm going to break him down, get head and arm control. One hand goes into the collar. The minute I open my legs and find that grip, I want inside position with my forearm. And then I just shrimp. I use the connection of my legs. When I open my legs, I don't put a foot on the mat. I use the connection of my legs on his hips to shrimp onto my side. Again, ideally, I want my knee coming across. If he tries to put weight on me, that's good. If he sits back with his butt on his heels, I can use this collar now. I'm going to load him on to my knee shield. And again, a lot of this is just feel. When I pull him towards me, again, I'll be kicking him in the hip like a roundhouse kick. Okay? And now it's just a matter of scissoring with the bottom leg, and I look over my left shoulder to put him down. The second I sweep him from here, I don't want him coming up on an elbow. So immediately I let go of the collar and put one hand on the mat, and as he tries to come up, I just put my hip over his hip. And I move in the mount. Let's just get one more angle, bro. Your back's to the mirror. Everybody's different body type, so you need to play around with it and what works for you. But and there's lots of different variations. It's the Henry Aiken's way of playing it as well, but I don't need to be specifically doing it his method when I have the collar grip. So I break him down and I just get head and arm, control his posture. Now from there, I can get one hand under the collar, more than likely he's trying to posture, and I can keep him at arm's length with that grip. Then I find the sleeve and I make the position of bringing my forearm underneath so I have inside space. Open my legs, they're connected to his hips, I use that to shrimp in. And again, if I feel him sitting back with his butt on his heels, there's no way I'm going to scissor sweep him. He just feels like a dead weight. But I'm going to use this collar grip. Alright, that's just like a tractor beam, and as I load him onto that knee shield, my leg, the support leg, isn't on the mat and it's not at hip level, it's sort of in between because I want to get that bite. And now from there, once I get him onto that, it's just a matter of me kicking him in the hip, posting my hand on the mat. He tries to pull his elbow back. I get my hip over his hip, and then I'm into the mount. So that is our first sweep in System 3.